Welcome back. Our tech journey continues, and this time we're delving into the art of hosting your application. Imagine this as finding the perfect location for our coffee shop. It's where everything comes together to create a delightful experience. Our application needs to live somewhere. And as we already mentioned, it must live on a server. Any computer can serve your application files, including the one that you're using to watch this video. But a personal computer likely doesn't have the availability or processing power that we need to make sure our site is available to customers around the clock, around the world. And that's where hosting comes in. Just like we can pay to lease a space for our coffee shop, we can pay to lease space on someone else's server. That's what hosting is. Someone else, our host, allowing us to have space on their server so our customers can access it. Just as a coffee shop needs a cozy, welcoming spot, your application needs a place to call home. And this is where hosting enters the scene. It's a critical decision that can make or break your venture. Think of hosting as selecting the right location for your coffee shop. Each neighborhood represents a hosting option, and each has its own perks and considerations. Imagine a coffee shop with multiple stalls. Each stall is like a different business, but we're all sharing the same space. This is similar to shared hosting, where providers like Bluehost, HostGator, and DreamHost offer shared resources for budget-friendly hosting. Now, picture a standalone coffee shop building, and it's dedicated just to your business. That's the idea behind dedicated hosting with providers like Liquid Web, InMotion, A2 Hosting, HostDime, giving you exclusive resources and control. Now, here's another option. Consider a coffee shop that can expand its seating when it's busy and shrink down during slower hours. This mirrors the main selling point of cloud hosting giants like Google Cloud or Amazon Web Services. Cloud hosts like these offer flexible scaling to match your application's need. They also offer dedicated spacing at a higher price. Now, think of a coffee shop with partitions for different groups. Each group has its own space, yet they're still all in the same place. This is the idea of a virtual private server. It gives you similar isolation, but still shared space. And this is an option that many providers have, including DigitalOcean. Now, let's talk about something. Once your coffee shop has a location, you'll want to have your name prominently displayed outside. It's how people find you. Similarly, your application needs a unique digital address called a domain. This guides users to your app. We've already talked about DNS or domain naming service in an earlier chapter. Domains like yourcoffeeshop.com, for example, are your digital signs. They point users to your application location. Just as a memorable coffee shop name attracts customers, a clear domain makes it easy for users to access your app. Now, let's add a twist to our coffee shop scenario. Imagine you have your main coffee shop, but you also want to offer a special area for desserts, like desserts.yourcoffeeshop.com. This is a subdomain, and a subdomain is just a place on our domain where we can host separate content. So in our coffee shop metaphor, hosting is about choosing the right place for your coffee shop. Sharing a space, having your own building, or embracing cloud's dynamic capabilities. And remember, your domain is like your shop sign. You can toggle domains and subdomains through your hosting provider. Some of the more well-known hosting providers are GoDaddy, Bluehost, or something like Google Cloud. Understanding hosting, domains, and subdomains empowers you to craft an enjoyable experience for your users. Think of it as setting the perfect atmosphere and signage for your coffee shop, ensuring everyone feels welcome. As we wrap up this segment, remember that selecting the right hosting option is pivotal for your application's success. It's all about delivering a smooth, dependable experience, much like a well-hosted coffee shop delights its patrons. In our next adventure, we'll soar into the realm of cloud providers, discovering a world of opportunity where innovation takes flight.